Okay, we're going to configure a VISOR for Ethernet TCP/IP to send ASCII strings and to parse the response. So from Senso Find, we go to Configure, and we'll add a new job with a couple of detectors here. And we'll go to the Output, Setup, and we'll come down here to Interfaces and make sure in row 4 we have this enabled. And note the software ports for VISOR in and VISOR out on 2005 and 6. Obviously 2006 is going to be a PLC out to this VISOR input. Next, let's look at this Telegram tab. We want to include in this payload anything we want to send the PLC. So overall result is going to be a P or an F. We might want the position X, say. And for the code, we may want the string. So by default, this comes up in binary. So almost always we want to make it go to ASCII. So it's easier to parse the string in the PLC. The next thing, like our position X, that could be 0 millimeters or it could be 20. So the length will change. So we'd want to go in here and put in a minimum length for all of these. For the string, I'll put in 25. And we want to go set the maximum string in the detector to also 25. So I come here to Setup, I click on Detector. Down below in the detector list, I pick my string, and here's my code of 25. Let's go back to Output. You can have like a start character, TR, and a separator. I'll use a vertical bar, and the end of telegram I'll do ET. And we'll see where they show up in just a minute. So looking at our detectors, these are both passing. And we have a code here, sense apart, how original. And we'll start the sensor and go to our terminal program. So here I have this program called Hercules. And let me resize these. You can see I've connected to port 2006 and port 2005. Whoa. Let me go back here to Job and go to Trigger Mode. And clear this window. And clear that window. Okay, so let's trigger just one time by clicking the send to out port 2006 to VISOR input 2006. TRG is a string we're going to send. And you can see up here, it echoed back a TRGP, meaning the P means not that the detectors passed, but just that the trigger passed. And then look, there's the end of telegram up there on 2006. On the bottom here, you can see on 2005, let's go look at the output again. On Hercules 2005, what we got is the start. ST, that's our start string. Whoops. And then we have 1, so that's our counter. We have 1 image. If we look up here at statistics, well, now we have 2. That's the counter overall. We have our vertical bar right here. That's our separator. The next row, overall result, has P for passed. Next we have width of position X. So you can see we've got 9 spaces because the minimum length is 10 characters, and there's our vertical bar as the spacer, and this number right here is actually 1092.185 for position X. And then we have again our separator, and the 4th row you can see is the data code string, which we saw was senso part. And we've got trailing spaces to make up the total length of 25. And we've got our TR character again. And if we trigger it again and again, nothing happened because I didn't click Start Sensor. Now let's go back to Hercules and send the trigger again. Let me format this size. There we go. So you can see the image counter, we're at 4. And here our image counter, we're at 4. Okay, so this is a good format. So each row here is the response from one trigger. We've got our start, our counter, our pass, the position, the string, and we've got the spaces trailing to make up the minimum length. You know, you're probably going to use either a minimum length or you're going to use a separator character or a separator string. You're not going to use both.